Hey everyone. So I said I was going to do an update last night, but that would have been a bit of a disservice because a lot of the progress happened uh, after midnight. So, for Project Stray, I now have weapon view model functionality in place, and I got it all set up now. You can aim down sight. You can, you have a reload animation. It fires. So this is just the pistol. I need to make all of the other guns, but at the moment, all of the guns are just using the pistol. So if I switch to the assault rifle, and there is a little bit more functionality. For example, the laser cannon and the minigun have a spin up. So I'm actually going to make the barrel spin on those weapons. So it'll be a separate part of the gun um, that allows you to the brass. You eject brass like crazy. That allows you to like see the weapon actually spin, spin faster and faster, and then it plays its like shooting animation. You also notice that like the pistol animation looks a little funny when it's being fired really quickly. The functionality for the view model setup that I've got allows me to make it so that every gun has a different kick. Every gun has a different uh, behaves differently when you're firing it. So like this is the pistol, kind of kicks back and goes back and down. Um, and then you see the auto shotgun. So I'm starting to look at things on the marketplace, but what I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna be focusing this week on getting as much art as possible. So I'm gonna do all of the guns. All the functionality is there. Uh, as outside of like the spin up for the weapons and everything, I'm gonna be just focusing on that. And also too, I've got to get um, more environment art in place, at least the base stuff. And I might actually have a little bit of help when it comes to like making small props and stuff like that. So you'll be able to actually see these areas kind of be populated with like little details. And of course there's something that I completely forgot about that's absolutely necessary. Exploding barrels. Like, hey, why not? Why not just go all the way? So, what you're seeing right now is a tri-fire pistol. Um, Really, it's supposed to just be the regular pistol, though. Let me take a look at the blaster. Yeah, you'll notice that the projectile like debug thing is not visible anymore. That's because I'm planning to go ahead and just start doing projectile graphics as well. So you're gonna see projectiles, you're gonna see all kinds of stuff. I might even do like voxel like tracer rounds. One thing though that is definitely the case is that I'm going to have like um, the impact effects and explosions and all that kind of fun stuff is going to be like is not going to have like voxel look to it. So you'll see like a muzzle flash, like a pretty serious looking muzzle flash that kind of looks like something you'd see right out of a movie or something like that. And then the impact effects are going to be like that as well. And so will the explosions. I think I know that might I'm not really sure if it's going to clash. But there's certain things that have to be done, you know, with realistic effects to get the full. I know it's kind of a weird way to think about it though, but if you're having like all these guns and you're firing them and like Doom's graphics are pretty like pixely, right? But if you look at like Brutal Doom, they they make the muzzle flashes and the fucking like um and the impact effects are higher quality than the rest of it. And I think that has something to do with the cinematic effect of actually firing the guns. Like, I think it's an important aspect of it. And I am going to say too, like, holy crap, the difference it makes. Just having something on the screen moving, even without the muzzle flash, um, how much of a difference it makes to be firing a weapon at stuff rather than, even if it's not the correct weapon. Like all of a sudden, this just starts looking like a game. You can't see the imp firewalls because the projectiles are not visible. But I mean seriously, it just looks like I'm using an auto pistol right now. Get a muzzle flash, make the kick proper, work a little bit better, and yeah, like I got a fucking whole gun system going on here, like uh, I'm getting ambushed by zombies. I need to I need to figure out how to make the enemies not travel in such a straight line. I like the enemies' behavior in Doom where they're kind of they meander a lot more, and it's not such a straight line. Like look at this, like they're all stuck on each other and stuff. It's one of the weird things about it that bothers me is that Navmesh is fantastic for making enemies that behave like kind of more realistically, but at the same time, it makes them dumber. At the same, I don't understand. Like, it makes them more predictable. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to like gut how the AI actually navigates or something. I don't know. But I want them to kind of have that feel to them where you're not quite sure which direction they're walking towards you, but they're kind of doing it in a semi unpredictable way, kind of like in Doom. I don't. Maybe I'll just take like a really close look at Doom's movement and see what I can do about that. And see. Let me change to try fire pistol. Kill a BST with the pistol. That's gonna. All right. I'll see you in about. Nah, it does feel a lot like fighting a Baron, actually. The only thing is that I'm a bit overpowered. He's level 6. But, this character has kind of been through the ringer more than a few times now, basically leveling up. I am now level 7, which is high, like two or three levels higher than you intended for you to be in this area. But just from testing and stuff like that, the character has become this way. All right. So with that said, um, we've got a view model, and weapon kickback. Now I'm going to try and get as much of the graphics in place, and then once I actually have the weapon graphics, then I'm going to be able to actually go ahead and uh, start thinking about hooking up stuff from the marketplace. Now the marketplace is kind of um, I have stuff sitting in my cart right now. Like there's Impact Effects, there's Dangerous Horizon, which is a pretty good music pack, and I have Survival Horror Audio Station. Um, Wait, this is only 24 right now. I need like gun sounds though. I think those are just for music. Um, Impact Effects will be like this one's really good because it has a bunch of muzzle flashes. But I think these impact effects look better. I don't know. Got better sparks and stuff. I feel like this shit is stupidly important. Like, you cannot fuck up with this. And this, I think that's blood. That's a blood impact effect. Yeah. You need like a blood splurt or something, but I don't know if that's blood. But yeah, that is a blood splurt. Be able to like actually hit enemies and force and like have them like spurting blood. So the stuff that's on the marketplace that I have like lined up right now isn't super expensive. But the gun sound effects are. I do believe that if I go to categories, if I go to sound effects, I'll have like gun sounds, and the guns for some reason the sound effects pack like are like $99 and stuff like that. But if they're cheap right now, maybe I'll just go ahead and buy them and and just dump them in. The only thing is that once I do this, there's no going back. It has to be a game. But I think at the point that I'm at right now, like I'm kind of finding that there's no reason not to think that this could become a game because it, I have guns now. Like I know exactly what the art style is gonna be. Like what else am I doing here? Like why don't I just I don't know. If anyone has any suggestion on some good sound effects, the game has about 30 guns, all of which don't necessarily need to sound totally different, but they do need to have kind of a, I want them to sound good. Elven Male Voice Pack. How about that? Um, yeah, I think it was Intervention was like the really good one. So like, and then there's like future weapons, but I already kind of have some energy weapon sounds because in my library I have guns that I already got from a while back. Now these are like pretty guns and stuff like that, but the sound effects and the effects that come with them are all things that I can use. So I've got a pretty decent amount of variety when it comes to this. I'm hiccuping and coughing. I apologize. But all right. I think that pretty much covers it. Like art is gonna be the name of the game for a little while, and Magica Voxel is like badass. So with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video now, and looking forward to hearing whatever comments you have. Also, the brass is actually physics objects. With it's just like to me, like not fucking having brass like come out of the side of your gun is like sacrilege, right? It's like how do you even justify even caring about what a gun is if you don't fucking eject brass? Like seriously? Like there are people out there who don't understand this. Like if you don't fucking eject brass, it's just not a fucking gun. All right, I'm out. Okay, I'm done now.